Hey everybody, welcome to the Modders Inc. podcast, the Modcast, number 37. We are here to talk to you about computer modding, we're here to talk to you about hardware, we're here to talk to you about how to pull a little CYA with your business and understand how to do professional modding work, if you will. Things that you can do. We're going to cover a lot of different topics today, and hopefully you got your running shoes on, you're ready to go. But today in the Modcast, we've got, let's see here. We've got a set of, no, that's Wen. I'm sorry.
Wednesday is going to be moving in and out of frame for the next 20 minutes or so. So
he does exist.
Yes, there's Wen, the ever elusive Wen. Then you got Ron up north in Canada,
who has silenced himself.
Yep.
I'm typing. My keyboard was clacking.
Nothing to say.
Yeah.
Okay, there you got Dwayne.
Peace.
Out over there.
AC/DC, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the live link to the podcast, by the way? Or is that just...
We're live. That means we're live. There's a live icon on top.
Yeah.
Yes, but what is the link? What is the link to it for the public?
Oh, they can go to our YouTube channel.
Oh, man, you have to ask these technical questions.
If people are already watching this, they know where the podcast is, though.
Well,
Yeah.
or we could send it out to people or put it out on Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Joe, are you there?
I'm here
Jared.
with my super glue.
Crazy glue.
Yay!
Yes.
Joe's favorite material. I like acrylic. He likes
My
crazy
favorite
glue.
material is thermite, but you get in trouble for that.
This is true. Yeah, you tend to get on investigation lists and stuff like that.
But
And
it's better than building a clock.
yes. Oh my God.
Oh, now it's getting political.
Oh, no. Yay.
Is there okay? All right. I have to go there because you've already broached the subject. Is there anybody else that looked at that and laughed at the construction effort of the clock?
So I can only put it this way: it's beyond jerry-rigged together. There's a goldfish at Walmart that swims into the side of the tank all day long. He's not all there, and I feel sorry for the goldfish, and I want to buy him and name him Blinky. But he doesn't swim like in the middle of the tank. He just swims like at the corners. That goldfish had more mental capacity than the effort put into that clock.
Okay, I'm going to fight all of you over the internet. I say that kid was exhibiting a microcosm of what we do with our modding, because he took the guts, repurposed them. I mean, 95% of the U.S. population is never going to open up an appliance in the first place, so he's already had in that regard.
I think
So-
the issue was he claimed he built the clock, and then you look
See,
and it's like
that's the
printed
thing, he's a
PCBs.
14-year-old.
Yeah, he's a 14-year-old kid, so that's kind of excusable.
We were all stupid douches at 14, and so, I mean...
I remember, yeah, if you remember
The
being
fact that he's-
14.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
like
much.
14-year-old me. Oh, I saw a boob on the internet. I'm immortal. I'm gonna build a clock that looks like a bomb. There's a variance.
I did not follow those 3 points. Anyways, Craig, our moderator, we should steer this shit show back on track, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move a little bit more to the left here, and let's talk about what we're
Michael.
about.
You didn't introduce Michael.
What? I did. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I need no introduction. I'm so
Okay.
notorious.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut up then.
Let's talk about a mod that's on our website right now. It's a Tristellar Whetstone mod. It's one of those great Tristellar cases that kind of triangular looking thing. Looks like almost like a Viper from Battlestar Galactica. That's what I equate it to. I really want to get one of those and make a Viper out of it. I think it's just like prime for it.
Like an Imperial cruiser.
Yeah, or an Imperial cruiser. Yep. But
Our forums, I just happened to be down at this morning.
Yeah, the forums are down, so I can't...
Getting too much traffic.
look
I'm
at
gonna ask
that.
people not to visit too much right now.
Please,
Oh, my
everyone
God.
watching this podcast, stop visiting our website. It's ruining us.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we'll come back to that one here in a minute. Let's talk about the Thermaltake case modding competition, the Invitational season 2 that's out right now. There's been some interesting developments over the last couple of days. I know that Boddicker just put out some extensive pictures about his case within a case, his case suspended within a case
Like he's
type
using
of
industrial
concept.
shocks.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna make legs or something.
yeah, it's like earthquake proof.
Yeah.
He's
Crazy.
making sure FedEx doesn't destroy it.
Ah! It's a FedEx proof transport. We should have had him design the case for Tom. Yeah, his VM play case.
What kind of shocks were those? Or was he using there?
They look like bicycle shocks.
All right, who's Dwayne? Can you throw that screen up?
Oh, he's gotta close his other windows first. His
okay.
normal browsing habit window.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lots of tabs.
Yeah.
Lots of tabs.
What tabs? What tabs?
Control W.
Why have 32 gigs of system memory if you can't have 47 tabs open?
You're just wasting those gigs if you don't.
Well, all right.
Yay.
There we go.
That's how big the X9 is. Look, you can actually shrink it down to like, what was that? What, half of the the volume? Still plenty of room.
Brian's already done that with the X1. He like cut it in half, and he made that like Minecraft RTD2.
Right.
So these are all cosmetic shocks, I'm guessing.
No, they're functional
Oh,
shocks.
they're functional. This is floating in the middle.
for shock proofing the case, I mean.
It's overkill for the case, but they're actually meant for like mountain bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he lives in California, so it's functional.
Just hills. You might throw him down one. You never know.
Yeah.
So we got nice aluminum fabrication.
He's going to do some reservoir pump action happening there.
Gotta have two.
Yeah. There's his corner mounts, what you just saw him building, and it looks like he totally custom fabricated those.
Looks like he has access to a pan brake, because those are some very nice bent corners.
If you scroll back, I think those were channel tube that he drew out and cut. Keep going up there.
I was talking about the body itself for the pump housing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think there's a machine on the planet that can actually bend like that.
Yeah.
Awesome with a 90 degree. The law of deformation.
Right. No, that was an impressive little bit of engineering you did there.
It looks like it was a vise. He used a vise right here to pinch him, to get the pinch.
Get the final.
I didn't realize how big an X9 chassis was until Tom had his come down.
Yeah.
And you can basically strap wheels and mount the damn thing.
It's a short bus, almost.
Okay, so now we're getting into ridiculous shock world.
Well, I've never seen a mount done that way before.
That's why they have the internet.
What is he gonna mount Is he gonna mount it inside?
It's
rolling.
It's hard to
floating.
see how much space there really is because you're not seeing the thing.
Okay,
yeah,
so
there's
yeah, he
plenty of
did
room
one for each intersection.
Well, I think he's got two cases.
No, the aluminum internal one is something he whipped together, I think, right?
Yes.
No, but he's got two of the X9 cases. A lot of the guys are using two of the cases.
What is he going to do with that one? Is that another system, or is he going
I
to
guess that's
cannibalize
going
that
to be
one?
the main. That'll be the main guts.
Or
the
no,
other
he was showing the two pump housings inside that box earlier. So maybe that's going to be where he puts his water cooling.
Let's see, or maybe no. It looks like he only has one case.
The mystery surrounding the bod mod.
That'll be interesting
Faces
if
all
you
the
have
way
like
down.
a phase change in the middle like that, and then the components are outside.
To be fair though, Brian's got a habit of making people just wait in anticipation what he's going to do.
Yep.
He
He's
doesn't
also
actually
working
like.
on his AMD Nano mods at the same time too, so he's pretty busy.
I think he's done with that one.
He's done with that one.
I think so.
Don't forget about his treehouse.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, he's building a
he's pretty
treehouse.
busy.
You know you've made it as an adult when you're building a treehouse,
I would do the same thing.
right? There's all those repressed childhood desires you have that just come seeping out.
Yep.
I still
Yep.
build cardboard box forts.
Yo, you need to get kids.
Some
if you don't have
some
them
people call those homes.
already. Oh, let's bring us all down, Dwayne.
I've upgraded. I have a
Think about
styrofoam
home.
pillow.
So that's pretty interesting. Is that the extent of the progress he's made so far?
Yeah, because he's showing.
Let's see. It's
Well, we can check where. Yeah, that's the last one.
it's it.
That's pretty cool. What he's got
Let's
so
see
far.
what else has updated theirs.
I know Ron's got some crazy dragon feet on his now.
What? Something he crafted or something?
Yeah,
Ron Lee
it's-
Christensen. He's got that.
he's going. It's a steampunk theme, but it's also thrown in some aspects of like medieval.
Mm.
Yeah, he's using a clay and. And this
I
is
think
what
he said
Genki
he's going.
from Thailand. Yeah.
It's more like Tim Burton style steampunk.
This is the guy who's doing
we
it
have
on
Johnny Depp showing up for this.
I think you would win just on that alone if you could do it.
Yeah, if you can fit a computer inside of a human being, much less a celebrity, you've got it made.
Wow.
Anyways, this Tristellar case, the guy is doing some serious fabrication. He's cutting things apart.
This is like a Tristellar using the using an X9. So it's
Look at the chrome on those fan blades. I mean, that's paint that he laid down there, or at least a metallized spray. It looks like.
You can get
pretty
chrome
good.
like that in a can, but you really gotta shop around for a good one.
Right.
I mean, that's a straight up mirror shine.
Yeah, also is something that you'd probably have to pull off on that one.
So shiny, so chrome.
Mm-hmm.
I
Nice.
bet you could get it at Newegg since it's listed there.
Mm. The ring fans. I love those ring fans.
Unfortunately, you can't tell that it's chrome now that the fans are on, but
I bet you it makes a really neat shine though as that light flips by.
yeah, it might be.
yeah, reflects the thing better.
Yeah.
LED.
This thing is going to be so damn expensive to ship.
Okay, lots of fans.
Did they ship those cases last season to Taiwan or?
Yeah, I want to say they did because I know Nick said that. Whoa. Yeah, Nick said that he did.
Yeah, they're doing a lot more product photos this year than last year. About 80% of the posts are sponsor posts, sponsor hardware. I don't blame them. I mean, if you get
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants, I have a
$3,000 for
paint gun.
that's a nice.
Oh yeah, he's using an HVLP gun, so he's probably using that mirror chrome or something like that.
Damn, that is a nice finish.
Yep.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised the acetyl tops on those, not the pumps, but the CPU blocks take the paint so well. I know Mark has painted them before.
They're quite textured, and the annoying thing is that they're annoying to clean. Once you have it for a while, because I have the Rampage board, the Maximus Gene rather, and you can't get the dust out of there. Because of the texture.
He's using spray chrome. Alsa has a process that's similar to what this guy's using. It's a two-step. It's a two-step spray process. Beautiful. Comes out like it is sprayable chrome paint. It is a metallized paint.
Did y'all see his motherboard tray? It's a reservoir.
Oh.
That entire huge thing is a reservoir?
Yeah.
What?
The tray?
No. Scroll. What do you have it sitting in?
Well, it's a reservoir and water distribution block.
Why
Oh,
would
you're talking on the top of the CPU?
So if you look at, you have to scroll closer down to the bottom for what's it called? Jinkies.
Oh, the base,
That clear chunk of acrylic is actually a water
yeah.
distribution.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Scroll back up real quick. Those keys right there, those are Cyberdyne chips.
Exactly. Is that
Those are
intentional?
Cyberdyne Terminator chips.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they pull out of the back of his head in T2.
Come on, if you want to live.
Yeah, and that's
That's the
those
theme
were
he's
from
going
what was it from? I got one from Loot Crate here just 2 months ago.
So is that intentional, or how does this come into the case mod exactly?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably his theme. I don't know what's
Ooh.
the title of his theme, so.
Scroll faster. I want to see if this is a Terminator case. Oh, the chrome would make sense because it's an endoskeleton.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Yep.
Yeah,
chrome.
we got it to the end.
exciting.
Man.
That
It's
is a
like getting
big case,
halfway
though.
through the end of a book and you find out the pages are
That goes to a different thread.
Yeah.
I made the same mistake last time. Although
Wow.
the French Matthew Heredia already is almost done. Have you seen this? You can.
Okay, pick this guy.
On an unrelated note, Wen had to leave due to severe Ebola infection or something. He wasn't feeling well. We all hope he feels better soon.
Yes.
You better win.
Our friend tells his kids if they don't behave, they're gonna get Ebola, and the reactions are amazing.
He just shakes a test tube at him.
You'll get Ebola.
I'm trying to contain an outbreak, and you're driving a monkey to the airport.
Okay, so we can get past all these other shots,
all
right?
the way down, and he's got.
Holy crap!
He just needs the outer panel thing.
We get it. You painted your case white.
Yeah.
You got good design sense, though. Look at that.
Anything else that's...
The one I'm really impressed with is a Russian guy, Axum.
Yeah, the guy with the CNC. I haven't. What's his update?
Yeah. Okay, that one wasn't all that spectacular.
So he's made a lot of the accent pieces for the mod at this point. He's looks like he's finalized his water blocks because he's custom making his water blocks.
Let's
Yeah,
see
he's
what Ron
got
Lee's
CNC.
doing. That's hot by Ron Lee's. Let's see what he's doing.
Ooh, he's so hot.
Wow, look what he's made. I've seen that somewhere before.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Steampunk time machine.
Okay. Go past all the advertisement.
One thing I learned from QuakeCon is that people actually don't really care that much about hardware. I always be telling them about like the processor, and they'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Make it
he's
move.
got to show it,
Make
right?
it move.
Just a bunch of really nice stuff.
Sculpey. Super Sculpey.
Don't
Yeah,
uh-oh.
National Clay Super Sculpey.
He's going to be making something.
That's about $100 worth of clay there.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Super
Plastic monopoly
Super
money.
Sculpey here is like $10 a box.
Oh, you assholes! $30 here.
Don't blame us. Blame
We're
the
American assholes, all right?
That's how you sculpt. Step 1, take a lump of clay. Step 2, make a foot.
That's amazing. I
I
thought
mean,
it
this
was
guy's
wow.
very
What did he
skilled.
use
I don't
as
wanna-
a base? What did he use as a
I thought that was like a
as a
tree root.
skeleton?
What is
That's
that?
right.
It's one of the feet.
Ding dong.
One of the feet off of the case. So
Oh,
then he's
okay.
wrapping the leg
Oh,
around
so
that.
it
So
will
that he
actually
can,
attach there. Yeah.
right, so you can reattach it.
Ah.
See, what I'm curious about is when that clay dries, it's going to shrink about 5%, and it's going to crack around that plastic, theoretically. So keep trolling.
Super Sculpey's pretty good about not shrinking.
Yeah, is that clay or is that Sculpey?
A sculpt.
So he mixed Sculpey with the natural clay.
I'm a dumb idiot.
Oh, he mixed it, you think?
Yeah, because it's much better if you mix the
Oh, look at
That's
back
what
there.
we do.
See what that is?
Yeah, I mean,
back there?
Yeah, conditioner,
pot.
clay conditioner.
Well, yeah, or like a pasta roller, right?
Yeah, it's conditioned clay because when
Yeah.
you layer clay, you have to layer it kind of like small piece at a time, or else there'll be like air in the middle.
And then when you put it in a kiln, it blows up.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then
Somebody's
it
an artist.
explodes.
Wow, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
Please keep talking because I'm actually planning on using some Spelfie on one of my next mods.
Come on, Ron. What do you know about this stuff? You've been holding out on us.
That's all and I went to a high school that you don't have a schedule, you make your own schedule, and all I did was just hang out in art department. So
Crazy socialist
I see.
Canadians.
I'm sorry about that short bus comment earlier then.
I remember
Yeah.
in art class, the first thing they always told us about clay is make sure you knead it out so you don't get air pockets. Never fail. 3 people, stuff would blow up in the kiln.
Yeah.
So you'd have like
That's
little
pretty cool.
grenades inside
Yeah,
that would
that.
impact on yours.
So he seems to be doing like a
He's
horror theme almost.
No, he's doing the steampunk picture that you
Yeah.
saw at the very beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
said it's
yeah.
based like Tim Burton style.
yeah, he's very
Biomechanical.
yeah.
There's
It's
different
Two-Face.
styles of biomechanical.
Ah.
He's got like
You-
an arc reactor going too.
He reminds me of the guy who did he inspired Aliens.
Geiger.
Yeah, it reminds me of Geiger with all the tubes coming out of the scary face.
Looked like Two-Face.
Ron's
Good
actually
old
done. He
Two-Face.
just did an Aliens mod too.
Yeah, he's doing an alien mod.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What color is that? Is that gold or brown?
It looks like kind of a copper patina bronze.
Oh, I
Doesn't
guess
say.
because steampunk bronze would make sense.
Yeah.
If you look at the pictures with the eyeball thing, he actually scored the polystyrene to look like wood. They put like divots in it.
See, he crafts a lot of stuff from scratch.
Yeah, it's too bad Nick isn't here because I've been looking into model making, like railroad stuff. Those guys know how to make everything in a half with like a
yeah.
hot glue gun and a couple of pieces of plastic. So that could very well be a model making technique.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's making the backdrop for this.
Yeah, that's what was that material you guys suggested to me last time?
Styrene.
Polystyrene, high impact polystyrene.
It's like ABS sheets or something.
You have to make sure it's the
Yeah,
he
styrene
uses the high impact stuff,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
different from standard polystyrene.
When it comes to sculpting, though, if you're willing to take your time, you can use a lot of different materials. You just gotta research it first.
Make sure you
Wow.
don't use. I did learn don't use regular styrene if you live in Texas. 'Cause
Oh.
it kind of melts.
Yeah. Same thing goes for a lot of 3D printed parts. The heat will just warp them and then ruin them.
It was
So
like
now we're into
4
Iron Man territory.
Yeah.
4 hours in the car next to a window driving in Texas in the middle of summer was not the best of ideas.
Yeah, there's a harsh lesson of paint coming up on a similar topic.
Wow.
You mean the brand new segment in Modders Inc. about modding?
That
The new
has
monthly segment by Michael Kraft.
Yep. I'm trying to build. I've built up like 8 articles so far. My goal is to get 24 done within 2 months. So be ready, everyone, to read my old articles.
Dun dun dun. Cue music. All right. Well, it looks like the website's now responding. The Tristellar case we can talk about now as well. The whetstone. It looks like.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, we just did move to a new server, so I think there's a little tweaks that I have to do into the how many connections are allowed. So we'll take
I
care
think
of
we've already
that.
gone through this Tristellar case.
Did we already go through the whetstone? I don't think we went through the
No,
whetstone.
we didn't do it on air.
Do it! Do it now! Do it!
All right. You guys want me to share it out, or somebody else got it?
I think Dwayne has got. There you go.
There it is. All right.
Yeah,
that's
Tristellar really
the-
makes me think a kind of retro-futuristic look to it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very Star Trek-y.
I'm telling you guys,
Yeah,
man, this
something
thing is
like-
prime for a Viper. Prime for a Viper. Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! You're
Yeah.
right. that would be
You have to take
the
a
old,
yeah.
the old one, the old
Yep.
style, the first Battlestar Galactica. Yeah,
Mhm.
believe it or not, there was one before the new one. So yeah,
Right.
like everything nowadays, they always make something new from something old.
It has to be dark and not your. This is not your dad's Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
Darker
Right.
and
Yeah.
grittier.
It's still based on the same teachings of Mormonism, but this is darker and grittier.
All right. So
These are not your dad's Muppets.
I think that what's most exciting for me about the Tristellar case is not the case itself, but the concept of separating all the components into 3 different
Right.
sections. I mean,
Right,
so
so-
they're using all spacers or those extender cables, right?
So
Yeah.
all he's doing is taking it apart.
yeah. So Gamerstorm, if you're listening, I would love to make one of these into a Viper.
Yeah.
Well, we can
Craig
just
will
request
do
it.
anything.
Yeah, baby.
Anything.
We'll do that because I think we're planning on having our case mods. Everyone to have a case mod project. So I haven't assigned anything to to Craig yet. So I think that would be cool.
Give it to me as a weird snub to Craig, and I'll do it really badly.
Because I'm trying to figure out if you guys have time or whatever. We have like 90 days.
90 days.
90
3
days.
months. Yep.
Or probably less.
Okay, I'm trying to find something interesting. Okay, there we
Well,
go.
he bent
There we go.
the
There you go.
acrylic, which is
Yeah, I can
always
see what you
exciting.
mean because it's like the wings are right there, and you can just
Mhm.
change the. Although,
Well, I always thought it would be like what is it, the Imperial transporter.
That was the thing that Joe pointed out. Yeah, he's like, it could also be a transport as well.
Yeah, 'cause I've already got that planned in my head.
the hard part when you do the Viper will be where to put the motherboard. That will be, I guess.
How
Yeah,
does
I'll
a
be
Imagine
motherboard
that.
Or
work
be
on
driving
this?
it though, Starbucks or Apollo.
Boomer.
Oh yeah, can't leave him out.
No.
That would be
No.
racist.
See, I've got an old, I think it's an ADATA 300. I'm gonna have to look up that thing. It's a case that's got this massive center front. It was one of the first ones that came out that had a larger than normal, 120 or 140 millimeter intake fan on the front. It has this huge scoop and custom plastic fabrication. It's so enormously out of place, but it looks like the front leading nose of a Viper. It's like I keep looking at the thing going, I could take that case and this case, combine the two of them.
What's this? Is that aluminum? Was that like how many millimeters is that? It looks pretty thick.
That looks pretty thick.
That looks pretty thick.
That's probably what, 1/8 inch?
Yeah, I'm guessing the acrylic is probably 1/8 inch, and it looks like it's fairly close to that because he had it matching up earlier.
Right.
It actually looks pretty cool because Even
See, so
Bill
it kind of
always,
matches up here, so it's probably close or just under that.
And this guy really knows what he's doing because it's like those are huge, thick pieces.
Mhm.
You don't get a second try with a lot of that
Nope.
bending.
Nope.
Nope.
yeah, there's a lot of these. I think he's been in the LDLC file, which is the French case modding.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen his work before, and he's very precise.
Short videos of the doors. Oh,
This
that's
is
what
by
that's
Alain Simpels, right? From France.
Lane is ridiculous. All of his designs.
a package.
Figures you
How
get
did-
focused on somebody's package.
How do you do that? Almost looks real. Styrene out of that?
That's
Isn't
some
that
real
your Hustler
fabrication
subscription,
skill.
Dwayne? Don't.
I get easily distracted, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Dwayne ruining the podcast once again.
Yes.
He's adding his own special flavor. Don't ask
I
what that
wonder,
special flavor is.
That's
wonder-
Got him
right.
fired from McDonald's.
I wonder if Deep
Yes.
will offer this for sale as well, kind of like the limited edition run with what they did with the Bill Owen one, because they have that in production now.
Yeah, good for Bill.
Production, I think they made 50 Bill Owen signature. So I don't know if this one takes off.
I saw
That'd
they
be
I saw
cool,
they were
too.
offering it. Did they give a price point?
For what?
For the Bill Owens.
The Bill Owens one?
I
That
have
Bill
no
Owens
idea.
Tri-Stellar.
On a side note, good for you guys. In one of the things that said 4 millimeter, that's an eighth of an inch, so that's all eighth of an inch thickness material.
Eyeballs.
Yes.
I has them.
Because the regular Tri-Cell already is pretty expensive. But it's like $5.99, right? How much is it?
I think that sounds about right.
It might be a bit more if it's because they added like custom air ducting in the rear that has custom paint.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
$400 on Newegg right now, but they're sold out, so that may not be representative.
They have been going pretty fast.
Well,
That's
it's a very unique case. I mean,
That looks pretty damn cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
I like that. That'd be awesome if you could make that motorized.
Make it the canopy. Make it the canopy of the Viper.
Hard.
Yeah,
Right there.
there you go, Craig.
I'm telling you, Gamer Storm, give me one of these cases.
He's already making it for you. Or
I'm
like
making it right now, man.
It's already in his
SG.
mind.
Yeah.
So, Ron, do we have a theme yet? Because I'm thinking retrofuturism might be fitting.
Oh, for what?
That's it.
For whatever the 90-day build is going to be.
Oh no, I'm trying to get everyone to make something that you know by the end of the year. We got a bank of reviewers of modders here, so might as well, you know.
Okay, so are you saying you want something to be like a year-end rush, like between now and December?
Well, hopefully something maybe they can show it at CES or something because it's like a trade show thing. They can do there and
Yeah, for those of us that aren't going to be at CES.
And those of us who are going to be there.
Yeah,
Craig, just send the money. We'll gamble for you.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
as fun as it sounds. But then whenever you say you're going to Vegas and then you tell people it's for work, then you know nobody believes you.
No,
Going to
but
Vegas for computers.
I was going to say you're going to the Computer Electronics Show, or the
Consumer, yeah.
Consumer Electronics
Consumer
Showcase.
Electronics Show. How can you
Showcase.
not have fun at that, being an electronics geek?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I
but
mean,
then
you're
your
walking
feet will
around and
kill
you're
you.
seeing stuff that's just like, oh my god!
Yeah, they have robot people
It's
outside.
just walking around on the street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much? Yeah, we should wear a pedometer and then just measure how many steps we do.
Well, if you have an iPhone, it has a pedometer now.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this.
Yep.
Apple products. Get out of town.
I'm on Verizon. There's no good Android products on Verizon.
Oh, I'm sure there's an Android nerd who will fight you right now. Put your address in the stream and he'll be there shortly.
I will slap him with super glue.
You guys have like unlocked or whatever.
I will kick him in the face with my fist.
All right, so okay, let's keep this going here for a second. We were talking about
Oh, who's that guy?
Whoa!
These nerds.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a third guy in that picture, but I think he was tired that day.
They
That's a lovely
photoshopped
couple.
him out.
That's what happens when you pass kidney stones. You're tired all the time.
Tell me
All
about
the
it,
blood
man.
loss and the pain.
You are preaching to the choir there, buddy.
Well, the benefit is I don't have the pain part, but the blood loss part is real.
Yeah.
This is
Drink
the
water, you
last,
stupid idiots.
Last day to vote for this?
I think today is the last day to vote.
Tonight.
Yeah,
Well,
tonight.
I think you have.
So-
I don't know if they did it by California time, so.
So,
California time
Just
right
for
now
those
is
who don't know what this is, what is this? Describe it to them.
This is the Modders
All one
Inc.
is correct.
entry into the Corsair case modding competition that they had. And Joe, please expand upon that, because you and Nick were like relentless in regards to pinning down exactly what part of the Star Wars universe we were going to pull on this.
Yeah, so Nick had the idea to. I mean, the idea was mostly Nick's for Star Wars, and he's like, "No, we got to do Star Wars." Like, okay, I'm not gonna argue. Just tell me what to do. But we decided to go with an ARC Trooper from. I mean, the ARC Trooper is most seen in the animated series. You see him in the later series in like episode 2 and 3, but you don't really see too much about them until you see the animated series, and they're a playable character in the Battlefront game series where you can actually pick the different classics.
No, it's good to know your lore. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm a giant nerd.
We all
Mostly
are.
anime,
Fucking
but
computer people.
I kind of felt like our mod was a bit out of place. The other mods were very rustic looking, and then ours was just like white and red and
Uber
pristine
clean.
condition.
Yeah, they really went all out for their theme.
We were like, we'll do a nice, simple, clean mod, and then we see them. The other two were like, well, shit.
That's it right there.
Yeah,
that sums it up right there. It's like I was so proud and so happy, and then I saw the other two, and I was just like,
I think it looks kick-ass. There's been a lot of great comments. I actually have my phone linked up, so whenever there's tweets that come about Modders Inc. comes over, and one day I had like 42 tweets, and they were all about the Star Wars case. I mean, my phone was just sitting there going. I thought you guys were chatting again. It was going off so much. I mean, people are really digging this. It's the look, and it's the cleanliness. I mean, believe me, I like doing the dirty mods because they're kind of easy to do.
Yes, they are. That's what I wanted to say.
So when you can do this, what you guys did different, I think, and I've expressed my opinion before that anybody can paint this and put a couple of water lines in there and you make it look clean, but there's so much other detail that's been put into this to make it. It's not that it's clean. It's just that it's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's right. It's balanced.
And yes, you've got the right colors. All the colors match. There's reasons, a purpose for certain colors, or what the logos, or where they're at, and what was sleeved, what wasn't sleeved, what's showing, what's not showing. Everything has a purpose, and it looks like a computer, but it looks very clean, very sharp, and I don't know. I think it looks great.
I think it does too. I think it looks great.
This is the one that they're going to give away, right, to the winner?
The winner gets to pick one of the three. And it was awesome working with like BS mods, or I guess they're the mod dudes now, and then Ron and.
Yeah, they formed like a super group to build that case.
We're just the Texas chapter.
We had a great time building it. It was a lot of fun, and we worked really well. The great thing about the build of that, seeing as Texas is such a large state, I mean, we had to really make sure that we were communicating in regards to what paint we were going to use, and we actually got down to brand and name and paint number, and to make sure that what I was using up here was the same thing they were using down there. That's the same thing that he was using over there, and okay, what are you doing? Okay, well, what are you doing? Okay, well, I can use these. Is that going to work? And color matching everything. It was good. As a distance modding opportunity, it was nice. It was effective, and it was a great learning opportunity and experience to work with these guys. So, Joe.
The sad thing is, as far as distance goes, we only covered about a third of Texas.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you hit a certain level of mileage, doesn't matter if it's 10 or or 100 or 1,000. It's it's just difficult. So.
Well, right. No, it matters whenever we're limited on time. We weren't able to all drive up, and because I think Nick to Craig is 11 hours, and then me to Craig is 4 hours.
Yeah, we would have had to meet in Austin and camp and find a garage or something like that.
Find one of those hipster maker spaces.
There you go. I know that Austin has a maker space.
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome to Alvin, Texas. We have 5.5 acres, and you can make as much noise as you want.
Yeah. Bring your pipe bombs, everybody. So
He's
I
not
do
with
believe.
us.
We need a time check.
20 minutes.
20
awesome.
minutes? Okay. Now would be a good time to probably switch over and start talking about
yes.
that other thing.
Right, right. So one of the things we've been debating and talking about amongst the group is outsourcing parts, as well as those of you who manufacture custom parts, ways to protect yourself. Joe manufactures sleeving. He has his own company, and he takes care of many different people's requests as well as many different companies' requests. Michael, ding, over
Hello.
there. Michael has lots of experience in regards to aftermarket and custom parts in a different arena. It's kind of similar to case modding, but it's cosplay, but it's custom fabrication of those parts. So there's a lot of measuring and customization to that. So at this point in time, I'd actually like to just kind of turn it over to Joe and to Michael and let them kind of school us in the ways of custom business, if you will.
This is an infomercial.
Yeah.
There's no paid product placement on this one. We promise.
I would just. There we go.
And
We got our amateur DJ over here, soundboard and all.
DJ Dwayne.
So, like Craig was saying, I do a lot of 3D printed stuff for people who cosplay, and I don't really know what they use them for. I just make a lot of fake guns for them. And there's just a couple basic points, I guess, for advice to people buying and selling is make all the deal killers clear as soon as possible. You know, if you're contacting someone and you have a $100 budget, tell them that, because they may just be able to say, you know, sorry, I can't do this for anything lower than 500. Saves everyone a bunch of time. Also, for buyer and seller, just get to the point as quickly as possible. Because, I mean, the thing is, people want to communicate as quickly and efficiently as possible, because it's like, you know, when you're talking to people in person, you know, you can have a little back and forth. When you're online, people are kind of more to the point. So I guess the point is just get the big deal killers out first and make your expectations extremely clear. That's the biggest couple of points I have to imbue that comes out.
A very valuable input right there too, because a lot of people will beat around the bush, and I think some people will actually try and, you know, work the vendor and say, you know, oh, I'm going to draw them into this, and they're going to want to help me, and they're going to want to sell this to me at a cut rate, just because they're going to be so honored to be a part of this and it's like, no, I still have to make money.
Yeah, I've with my Etsy shop, people will message me and they'll tell me what they plan on doing and this and that. It's nice knowing what people plan on doing. It's interesting, but I don't. That's one of hundreds, probably thousands of messages I've read, so it doesn't set them apart really. Like I just look through the thing and I say, scattergun, painted, okay, go. So, you know, I like hearing what people have to say, but at the same time, it doesn't make me view them as any different, you know? So that's an extremely good point.
Right. And I think Joe's along the same lines of custom work and clarity.
Yeah. So mine's more the legal aspect of making sure everything is kind of whittled down to a T. You definitely want to have a terms of service. In that terms of service, you're going to say who you are. You're going to say your requirements as a seller to the customer. So, example for mine, if someone says, hey, I need a 6-inch cable. Actually, this was just done. Guy ordered I won't say who he is. He ordered a 6-inch cable from me. I looked at it, I was like, man, this is really short. And it was a 24-pin. So I was like, this is really short for a 24-pin, even in a small form factor case. So I asked him, I was like, are you sure? This is a 6-inch cable. And he's like, no, I'm sure, man. I measured. 6 inches should be perfect. All right. Well, like any person, myself, when I do length, I do overall length. He asked me, do you count the connectors? I said, no, just take the wire from the component and measure to the other component. Don't add in the connectors. So what he did was, here we have our connectors. He measured the space in between the two connectors. And that came out to be 6 inches for him. So I was like, yeah, I've never met anyone that actually measured that way. I have a 12-foot wall. Let me measure the space in between the wall and see if I have something to cover it. Is what it led to. Well,
in between
he
the
got
trim pieces.
right. So he got into an argument with me about it, and he's like, "Well, this isn't what I needed, and I want you to make me a new one at your cost, and I'll pay for shipping." It's like, no, I have it in my terms of service that if you give me bad information and I make your cable to your spec, and what I like to do is I like to take pictures of all the cables before I send them out on a grid board, so it actually shows what the length is. I mean, once you add the connectors on, it does end up being longer than the actual 6 inches he requested, but even then, it wasn't what he wanted based on information that he gave me that even though I could prove that the cable itself inside was 6 inches, because of the way he measured, it would have never been correct. So you want to make sure that there's something there that protects you, because material loss isn't too bad, and usually that's not the major thing. It's time, because if I have to remake that cable, that's taking away time from another customer. It also
What
takes away
about
time from me.
and what
Go ahead.
about people who are on the other side? Like, say, if I want to buy custom cables, how would I know that a certain manufacturer is reputable, or what should I look for? What sign should I look for to find out who is not reputable, stuff like that?
So the community is very good about voicing their opinion about people. You want to make sure that they have a face. Basically, you want a place that you can track them down. Now, one of the things I found out with this particular case, PayPal does not cover custom goods. They flat out told me, like, if this guy opens a case and you can prove that this is custom work, we'll automatically shut out the case. And it's one of those things we cover mass-produced goods as far as, like, imperfections and stuff on them. We'll cover that. But if you can prove this was like a one-of made just for that person, we just close the case. So what you're looking for is, do people know who this person is? What are their rates like compared to other people? You want to shop around. I mean, I'm definitely more expensive than other people just because of the reputation I have, versus some guy that's made like 5 cables and he's like half my price, where I've made like over 200 cables and I have my set price. So you want to shop around, you want to see what people are saying about them. More importantly, you want to make sure that you can track this person down if things go south. When I mean south, PayPal will still honor your buyer protection if nothing's ever been shipped to you. So if you paid this guy like $500 to make you a custom case or something, and then here comes, and make sure you check. PayPal's very specific on different things, how many days you have to report it. If it's getting to like day 170 of 180, and you haven't heard anything, hopefully you've tried to contact them before then, make sure that you put in a claim with PayPal. Because PayPal is very deliberate. Once it's day 181, we can't help you.
That's their terms of service to protect them.
Right. And I mean, the big thing is the way you can usually tell if someone knows what they're talking about, look at the questions they're asking you as a customer. You want to make sure, I mean, like me with that guy, I asked him multiple times, are you sure this is the length you want? This is really short. And if they tell you, I mean, as a seller, if they're like, yes, that's what I want, make sure everything is in writing. I personally don't like talking on the phone, and it's not that I don't like speaking with people. I talk with people all the time. I'm in IT, that's part of my job. But you can't prove text, or you can't prove speech. Versus you can prove an email, you can prove a text message, you can prove a Facebook message. As long as it's hard evidence, that's what you want. So none of this, well, he told me on the phone business, well, do you have a recording? Well, no. It's like, well, it never happened.
Yep.
And
it's a giant pain, and sometimes you have to dig your feet in. I mean, you want to be nice to every customer. Did I want to make this guy a new cable? Yeah, but at the same time, I have to make sure I'm following my own terms of service as well. Because
Right.
you can only be nice so many times before you start digging your company a hole.
Right.
And Joe made a lot of really good points. I want to just say 2 kind of follow-up ones. The first one is that sometimes when you're talking, this is from the buyer's perspective, when you're talking to people, if they seem kind of off or they seem extremely fussy, you know, there's a thing called firing your buyer or firing your customer. if you have enough work, it may be worth kind of stepping away. This varies a lot from profession to profession, but that's something that I have found where sometimes I'll run into people that just seem kind of make me feel a little uneasy, you know?
It's like you're never going to make them happy, and they might end up trying to get something for free.
Exactly. There was one person I interacted with where actually, I'm going to stop this story because I guess you could reverse engineer who it was, but there are people who will be very fussy. There's some people who come in with my shop, at least, they'll say, I want X and Y. I'll say, here's the price for X and Y, and then it'll be sold. And there are other people where it'll be 5 different conversations back and forth. Those people, they're good customers, and I usually don't have a problem, but that's the kind of behavior where you sometimes got to look exactly at what you're saying, make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, you know. And the second point was from a buyer perspective. Joe's saying, you know, how you guys talking about how do you find someone that you can trust. One big thing for pretty much anything you're buying ever is pictures. If you go to a website or you go to an Etsy or whatever and you cannot find good, solid pictures of exactly what you're buying, that's a bad sign. They may just have bad website design, but you got to find explicit explanation of what they're producing, otherwise you'll be screwed. Like I was looking at scanners earlier, and I was looking at all the different pictures, and I realized they're only showing certain pictures because that's only the thing that their scanner can do. So you really got to think from kind of think outside the box, think about what they're showing you, think about what they're not showing you, and that applies to almost anything you ever buy. So
what's not being said?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I say when you're looking at computer cases, you can see the ones who are just showing computer renders of the case versus the actual photos.
Yeah.
They're trying to hide the quality of the paint or the material.
Exactly, and that's just that's something that I think you can apply to almost anything ever. Like if you're buying some meat from a butcher and you never see him cut the meat or something, like wait, where's this coming from? You know, that sort of thing. So.
One of the other things is make sure they're part of the community. I mean, even like Michael's a prop maker. You can see Volpin. Volpin's one of the most respected people as far as prop making goes. And I've actually talked to the guy at was it ModSuriCon last year in Houston, and the dude was super mellow, super chill. He talked to everyone. He acted like he was at your level. He didn't act like he was way above it. And another thing that you want to be careful of, which I've had to do, is so I'm in Texas. From America, we use USD, the United States dollar. Make sure you put USD in your thing. And even though I put it, I was talking to some guy in India. India uses the rupee.
Rupee.
I told him his job was $235. I got 235 rupees, which is like $3.
Yeah, that's nothing.
So I get this little message from PayPal. Such and such sent you $3. It's like, hey guy, you're a little light there. And he's like, well, I sent the 230 or whatever it was rupees. I'm like, dude, that wouldn't even cover shipping.
Yeah, that's a big thing with working with international clients is because I ship a lot of fake guns. I say you got to check all your local laws. Whenever you can put the responsibility on someone else. This sounds selfish, but really it's their job to make sure that it's legal in their area. That's something you should absolutely do. You know, make sure there's no import tax. This and that and the other thing, because I can't go around. It's a lot harder for an American to look up UK laws than it is for a UK person to look up UK laws. And yeah, definitely make sure you're like what he was saying. You know, make sure you're very explicit whenever you can, and if possible, money up front. If you've built the reputation to ask for money up front, that's what I do, and I'm really lucky. Fortunately, I have a lot of very mellow, very cool customers.
Actually, I will advise against that.
Ooh.
I always have money. For me, money is always up front.
Right.
Because when you're doing something custom, it's only for that person, especially with cables. I would literally have to find someone with that color scheme, that case, and that power supply. That's 3 different factors.
Right.
To be able
that's
to
what I
sell
said.
the cable
Right?
if they dip and dodge. So, I mean, honestly, or take a certain percent. Volpin does a certain percentage on his, but if you, like, I mean, flat out, because people are iffy. There's no question about that.
No, I mean,
So,
I think. Hold on, I think we're agreeing. I might have misspoken because I'm a weirdo, but my intention was to state that they should pay you money and then you start work on the product, right?
Yeah, my thing is always get something, even if it's just to cover the cost of materials.
Yeah.
You want that at least. Because the last thing you want is to go in the negative on a job.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah, that's the
To
worst.
quote Lionel Hutz, no money down.
I think we're about rounding out on the time, and I think a Simpsons reference is always a good way to phase out.
I think that's a very, very good point, Michael. All right, so anybody got anything they want to wrap up with? Or Joe, you got any Uncle Joe's funny stories? Or
You want to talk about Pokemans?
I love Pokemans. I
Yeah.
have a feeling Pokemon Go might be bad in some areas. I stumbled into the ghetto and I caught a Mewtwo, but I also got shot 6 times.
Is that the augmented reality game?
Yeah,
Pokemon
that's the
game?
augmented reality one. Like, my first thought was, if I want to catch higher level Pokemon, I gotta go to the ghetto.
Well, it all
I
depends
gotta
on if they
I gotta
on
face
what
some
people
obstacles in
talk
order to get to this legendary Pokemon.
about. Hopefully they sync things up. Otherwise, kids are going to be trying to wade into the ocean to catch
Yeah, they go to the zoo.
Leon.
I
Yeah.
was on the Zapdos and I woke up in a crack kid's living room.
Yeah.
That's how you know the internet has ruined me. That's where the first place my mind went was. It's like some kid's gonna
What's
end up in a crack
that,
kid's living room.
No, that's just the modern day. The modern day man is terrified of everything, especially if you got a, cable news on.
Oh man, I don't know. I have no idea where to go from that. I just don't. So
We've brought it all the way to the bottom.
Yeah,
You got to bring it up.
He's bringing it back to the political realm again.
Yeah, full circle, everybody.
We're getting into Richard territory.
Mm-hmm.
Make some really inflammatory comments to make sure the YouTubers have something to talk about.
Wow.
Can you believe he said that? It must be all that super glue he's sniffing.
All right, let's round it out with saying Modders Inc. Officially endorses accelerant abuse, and then just close it out on that.
Technically, it's a solvent.
Yeah. Put it in a rag, hold it to your face, kids.
Huffing. It's good for you.
The rubber bands, just in case you pass out. You're so sniffing it while you sleep.
Ron's been down this path a few too many times.
Ron's our inhalant abuse expert.
I'm just trying to contribute as much as I can. I'm not a modder.
Yeah, those Canadian laws are a little bit more lax up there. Ron actually just takes a can and just inserts it right there.
The cops will help you if you have trouble with it. Just ask.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
You're doing it wrong, Ron. You're doing it wrong. Oh shoot. Okay, guys. Well, I think this is going to wrap it up for the end of Modders Inc. Modcast 37.
It's just been all over the place.
Hopefully no one's still watching the video at this point. Hopefully they've all closed the tab, so we'll probably be okay.
If you stayed this long watching that thing, thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for watching.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, take care. See you guys around.
Bye. Bye.